Hey everyone, welcome to the third edition in our discipleship series. We're talking about our third value here at Lift of bringing a lift to our community. Now it's really important for us to actually, when we're discipling others, to really bed down for ourselves as well why this is such an important value. And I think I'm speaking to the choir here, but this value is so important because for each and every one of us as Christians, there comes a time where the transformation that takes place internally within us needs to be lived out, needs to be given expression in our world, because the reality is that Jesus didn't save us so that we could just continue living a happy life and a life where we're experiencing all this peace and joy that comes from being in relationship with Christ, but never actually sharing that. Christ embodies generosity, and so for us as Christians, we need to actually be generous with what Christ has done for us as well. And so that's why I believe bringing a lift to the community, why it's so important. We need to actually see ourselves as people who are here as agents of change, of people who are influential wherever we go. And I really believe that God has given us that power, that authority, that wherever our foot treads, that's where we're meant to bring kingdom to. And so I believe that God places this spirit in us for that very reason. And again, I know I'm talking to the choir, but I just want to remind you of the authority that you have as a child of God, as a person filled with the Spirit of Christ. Now, when we're discipling the people that we are leading, how are we helping them to actually embody this value? How are we helping them to see their part in bringing a lift to our community? Well, what I found was that, for me anyway, it actually started with a mindset shift where I didn't know exactly what I had to bring. I didn't know how I could ever be influential or see myself in that kind of a light. And I believe that we are sometimes discipling people who just don't know what they have to bring. And that's the first shift that I think we need to make, to actually understand and believe that we have something to bring. And I believe that it just comes down to the fact that we have the Spirit of Christ. And so it's not a matter of working out what we have to bring, but just understanding that wherever we go, the Spirit of God comes with us and works through us, and He does what He wants to do. And so this is a shift that I think we need to walk our people through. And as a discipler, what I found is that often people, they don't know what they have to bring, but we only kind of learn that through somebody else who disciples us. And so, disciple maker, you are poised in this beautiful position of actually drawing out the gold, drawing out the amazing things that God has put in the person you are discipling, and actually encouraging them in that. Whether it is a gift of encouragement that they have, whether, they just go into a place and they light it up because they're just always so happy and full of God's presence and joy. Maybe they're that person who kind of comes alongside the quieter ones and is just that kind of calm presence that people need. Whatever it is, I want to encourage you, disciple maker, to draw that out in the people that you are leading and the people you are discipling. Help them to see what they have to bring. Help them to be confident in it by encouraging it. And I believe that when we are actually more confident and really realize what we have to bring, God brings those opportunities. So I believe that as we speak into and draw out those people who we are discipling, we're going to be hearing opportunities that are coming their way. And we just get to be there to cheer them on and say, go on, step into that. God has absolutely called you into that opportunity in that position. So that's what I believe bringing a lift to the community is all about. It's recognizing that we're helping our people to recognize that they have something to bring in whatever post God's put them in right now. And surely we will see our community change. Thanks, guys.